Hi, Gaye DeRusso, the Majestic rider. So I'm going to show you lateral flexion and vertical flexion on Mr. Nichols here. He knows how to do it pretty well. I'll try it another time to get a horse that's just starting to learn. So you can do this with a snaffle. That's what I teach it in first. And then if I ride them in a shank, I do it in a shank. It's a little harder to teach them in the shank because it doesn't slide across their tongue as much. So sometimes you have to pull your hand out and back when you do it. So there's the buckle on this rein. What I do is I hold the buckle, I raise it up, I slide my hand halfway down, and then I pull my rein towards my hip. As soon as he starts to turn his head, I release. Then I switch hands. Now my right hand grabs the buckle, my left hand slides down, and then I pull back towards my hip. As soon as he turns, I release. The other thing you'll notice is I'm picking up with the one hand and pulling with the other. But as I do it, you want to make sure you don't pull on that opposite rein. So watch, we're going to go to the right now. So I switch my rein to the left hand. I raise it up, slide my hand halfway down. Then this left hand drops, so I make sure I'm not pulling on his mouth. And then I pull towards my hip. Yes, you're a good boy. Now I'm going to switch. Right hand on the buckle, raise it up, slide my hand halfway down. Right hand drops down, and then I pull towards my hip. So you see, he already knows what to do. Then what I do is I shorten up my reins, and in the beginning what I do is pull lightly on one rein and then the other until they drop their head down. He already knows how to do it, and he likes to play with the bit, don't you? So as soon as I put pressure on one rein, I hold it still, and then the other, and then once he drops his head, then I release. So I'm going to show you that from the side. Okay, so I pull lightly on one hand, keep it in still, pull on the other one. As soon as he drops his head, I release. So in the beginning, I do this, and as soon as they drop their head, I actually chuck my reins at them. But you got to do that, make sure your horse is not going to leave. Because you want to release as quick as you can, and then they will learn quicker. So one rein, then the other, and then I immediately drop my reins. Once they get that down pretty good, then it's just one rein, then the other, and then one rein, then the other, and then I just release with my hands. You'll see I just push them lightly forward. As you get better, you'll do a little release, and most people won't see it where I release right there. So as I'm riding, I don't want to be throwing my hands away the whole time. I'm just going to give a little bit. But I do that because it helps the horse to know to put his head down, and then as I ride them, I get them to engage their back end and then round their back out, which will help with certain gaits.